Hello and welcome everyone to our latest presentation on effect of vitamin C, thiamine and hydrocortisone on ventilator and vasopressor free days in patients with sepsis. The VICTAS randomized control trial published in JAMA recently. The hypothesis of this particular trial was that combination therapy with vitamin C, thiamine and hydrocortisone would improve clinically important outcomes in patients with sepsis-induced respiratory and or circulatory failure. The trial design and oversight. The trial was a randomized, double-blind, adaptive sample size, placebo-controlled trial conducted at 43 hospitals in US. Inclusion criteria were suspected or confirmed infection as evidenced by ordering of a blood culture, administration of at least one antimicrobial agent, anticipation or confirmed ICU admission, acute respiratory and cardiovascular organ dysfunction attributed to sepsis, evidenced by at least one respiratory support or vasopressor support. Respiratory support was defined as PF ratio less than 300 requiring HFNO, ventilation or NIV support, or vasopressor support in spite of adequate fluid resuscitation. Exclusion criteria were age less than 18 years, pregnancy, and other exclusion which will be discussed later. Randomization. Patients were randomized in a 1:1 basis. Randomization sequence was generated using statistical software and used permitted small blocks of 2, 4, 6 stratified by site. This was the protocol. Vitamin C, thiamine and hydrocortisone were given QID intravenously 6 hours apart for 96 hours in the ICU. The outcome. The primary outcome measured was ventilator and vasopressor free days in the first 30 days following randomization. The study has an adaptive study design, which means that they did multiple interim analysis after every 100 patients, then had planned every 200 patients. The fifth interim analysis was done after 500 patients, but after the 500 first patients, the enrollment was stopped because additional funding for the trial was withheld due to change in funders' priority and no further enrollment occurred. This is the enrollment. You can see that 3,243 patients were assessed, but only 501 patients were randomized. So almost 2,742 patients were excluded with all these exclusion criteria. 250 patients were allocated to each group. So coming to the baseline characteristics, the age was around 62, predominantly male 55%, mostly white around 60%, weight was around 80 kgs, 50% of the patient had cardiovascular disease and 70% of the patients were intubated. The primary outcome. There was no statistical significant difference between the intervention and the control group in terms of the ventilator and vasopressor free days, which was similar in both the groups. These are the other outcomes which are again very similar in terms of mortality in ICU, mortality at day 180, SOFA, ICU stay, length of hospital stay, renal replacement therapy or delirium free days. Here we see the mortality difference in terms of the log rank, which was 0.58, and there was no statistically significant mortality difference between the two groups. So the conclusion of the trial was among the critically ill patients with sepsis, the treatment with vitamin C, thiamine and hydrocortisone compared with the placebo did not significantly increase the ventilator and the vasopressor free days within the 30 days. There are multiple limitations in that. The first is that there was an administrative stoppage of the trial, resulting it being underpowered. A fixed dose of vitamin C was used. A higher dose or a plasma concentration based dose could have yielded different results. The clinicians were allowed to administer hydrocortisone at their own discretion, which could have affected. Enrollment was limited to patients with sepsis-induced cardiovascular and respiratory failure only. If other organ failures were included, maybe the result would have been different. The median time to receiving the intervention was 14 hours, which was less than the 24 hours of vitamins trial, but it still could have affected the results. So our take is, our practice is to use it in septic shock, not in sepsis patients. This study, which was underpowered and does not conclusively prove the lack of utility of this regimen in sepsis. There have been no severe side effects, which proves that this regimen is quite safe and may be used. So thank you for your patience and check our website for further information.